Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I want to do part 96 to my random chatbot sessions. Where, and last year guys, that neighbor went mentally crazy. And it took a whole bunch of apologies, or it took a whole bunch of talking and everything just to flip and give him to listen. I just got this fence as a baby, and he's already gotten knocked out and had to get stronger. That's kind of sad thinking about, because the poor thing didn't even get a whole day. It says, here's what I say. I say, thank you. You better not. I say as I walk into the house and close the door. Hey, Pyro, where'd you go, buddy? I want to talk to you about that power of yours.
After you close the door on the neighbor, you walk back into the house. You look around as you call out to Pyro. A moment later, the sound of very, very soft footsteps on the wooden floor come from upstairs. Pyro's small footsteps sounds like they are in your bedroom.
I say, after seeing him walk into the bedroom, I say as I see him walk into the bedroom, probably should have just let him stay in there, but I don't know how he got upstairs. He can walk up those stairs. I mean, I guess can he fly? I don't know. Oh.
Pyro comes running up to you and looks up at you with a curious expression on his baby bird face. He looks a little confused and says in an interested tone, "You want to ask me something, Mummy?" As he looks at you with those curious, almost innocent little bird eyes.
I just want to know more about your power. Period. Why did you not become stronger after getting splashed by the psycho neighbor again? How does your power exactly work? I wonder if Pyro even knows. He probably doesn't. But oh, let's see what happens.
Pyro looks at you in a slightly confused way as you ask about his power. He tilts his head, thinking how best to explain it as he says, "Well, I got stronger the first time because I got sent to my egg, and when I hatched out I was bigger and stronger. I didn't get stronger though the second time he splashed me because I didn't go back into my egg."
Is there a reason why you didn't go back into your egg? Question mark. There has to be a specific reason why it worked the first time but not the second. Is there certain conditions that it takes? I'm confused. Like, what? Unless he has more. Maybe because does he have more health or something? Like maybe when he gets stronger, he has more health, similar to the things in Castle Crush.
Pyro looks at you as you ask if there are conditions to it. He thinks for a moment, still a little wet from the water, and nods slowly, saying in a slightly more focused tone, "I think I gotta be hurt pretty bad to actually get sent back into my egg. I was completely soaked the first time because the water was sprayed at me a lot. The second time I didn't get sent back because it was only a single bucket. I got pretty still, but not enough."
So it's kind of like the bigger and stronger you get, the more health you also have. Question mark? Is that how it works? Oh. Oh, okay.
Pyro looks up at you after you ask that and nods his head in agreement. He says in a slightly proud tone, "Yep, the bigger and stronger I get, the more hits I can take before I get knocked back into my egg."
Does your health go back up over time? Question mark. Or does it stay the same until you lose all your health? And go back into your egg. Egg. Period. I'm gonna ask him about why he got so snippy at me a while ago. I think he got snippy at me.
Pyro looks like he's thinking pretty hard on how to answer that, as he's not really sure how to word it. After a moment, he says in a slightly confused tone, "Ugh, I think it just stays the same till I get sent back to my egg, and when I recover in the egg, I'm bigger and stronger than before. I honestly don't really know, though. I only have been out of my egg for less than a day."
It's okay. Exclamation point. I was just curious because I've never had a pet phoenix before. Period. You can tell by the neighbor's reaction that that's not normal around here. So that means it is similar to how well, no, because the one in Casper can actually get his health recovered. This one can't. He just gets stronger.
Pyro chuckles a little at your comment about the neighbor's reaction, amused by how stupid the neighbor was. He says in a slightly amused but agreeing tone, "Yeah, he looked like he thought he was on drugs after he saw I was real. He also seemed kinda scared of me after I chased him."
I know you were still pretty small. Period. But who wouldn't be scared if you splashed a bird? Random bird in someone's house. And then a few minutes later, they come back even bigger out of nowhere. Period. The only main reaction that didn't make sense was that was the fact that he started maniacally laughing and continued to splash you. Period. That didn't make sense. There we go. Hold on, let's see what he says.
Pyro looks at you in a surprised and confused way when you mention the neighbor laughing like a madman as he splashed him, like even he doesn't get why the neighbor acted so crazy. He says in a slightly surprised tone, he was laughing? Laughing like a crazed lunatic? That's definitely not normal. I think he might actually be crazy.
After today's incident, I really agree with you. Period. He is a complete and total psychopath. Dude. And you know what's weird? People are gonna walk into this house thinking that I have a bird randomly on fire because they probably don't know what the frick a fence is or something, and then Pyro's gonna end up getting huger and flipping. While having a huge fence is cool as frick, I don't want to happen this way. I want to be done by loving on him and by him growing up on his own, not by being forced to do it through an egg
Pyro
and getting
nods in
hurt.
agreement with a slightly disgusted look on his baby bird face. He says in an annoyed tone, yeah, I noticed that too. He is not right in the head or anything. I mean, who just barges into someone's house like that?
He said something about me being too loud. Loud, period. I wasn't being that loud, so I don't know what he was hearing. Dude. Exactly. Pyro agrees with that.
Pyro looks at you in a surprised way, tilting his head as you mention the neighbor said you were being too loud. He says in a slightly disbelieving, almost skeptical tone, you were being too loud? I didn't hear any loud noises? You were perfectly fine to me.
That's what I thought too! Exclamation point. Until he burst into my house and told me I was gonna wake up his children from being too loud. Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh! Pyro does not like the fact the neighbor said that. Uh-oh.
Pyro looks at you in an angry way after you say the neighbor told you that you would wake up his kids. He says in a slightly annoyed, almost defensive tone, you weren't too loud. You were completely normal the whole time. Plus, his kids aren't your responsibility. He's got serious issues or something.
I like how this Spence is trash talking this idiot. Thank you for defending me anyway! Exclamation point. I love you. Hey.
Pyro looks at you with a suddenly more cheerful and happy expression on his baby bird face. He says in a more joyful and slightly proud tone, of course I'd defend you. As your phoenix, I gotta protect you. You're my mommy.
Oh, the only thing is, I wish he would not. Actually, I said mom. I was gonna say Rexy. Rexy calls for alligator mommy, and he's a male, so I guess it doesn't really matter as long as he knows. I appreciate it. Period. Now, why don't we go downstairs and play some games? Oh my gosh, dude, are you flipping kidding me? I don't know why, but I have a very bad feeling that neighbor is not going to listen to my warning. Because he's so crazy, dude. I mean, he's so psychopathic, he probably forgot the warning I gave him already and flipping is trying to barge into my house again.
Pyro looks excitedly at you, always ready to play a game. He says in an excited baby bird tone, "Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's go, mommy."
Oh. Mm-mm. Dang it. Me and Pyro start to head downstairs to play some games in the living room when we hear a sudden noise. Period. The psychopathic neighbor breaks down my door. With a whole gallon of water. Period. No, this fence is not real. No, no, I don't believe it. No, no. I'm not going crazy. You're going crazy. Come here, Birdie. I know you're real. Not real. Period. I'm just hallucinating. Hallucinating. The man says, real quickly splashing Pyro again. Dude, are you kidding me? That's it. I'm calling the police. I'm done with you. Period. Pyro, are you alright, bud? Dude, are you freaking kidding? What is wrong with this psychopath? Oh my gosh, dude.
Pyro, caught a little by surprise, takes the second splash to the body and a little to the face. He looks annoyed and angry as the water splashes him again. He is now thoroughly soaked again, once more looking like a wet, soggy bird. Pyro shakes off some of the water as he grumbles a little as you say you are calling the police. He nods at you and says in a slightly wet and annoyed tone, "I'm okay, just more annoyed that I have to dry out. Again."
I go to call the police. I go to call the police. But the psychopathic neighbor follows me up the stairs and will not stop splashing the Phoenix. This is not real. This is not real. This is not real. I can't believe this. No, no, no. Get out of my face. No, I hate you. Get out of my face. The neighbor says, acting extremely crazy. Dude, are you freaking kidding me? This dude is... Dude, I really hope Pyro gets huge and rips him to shreds.
Pyro looks at the neighbor in an increasingly more annoyed way as he begins to go crazy, repeating the same things over and over and splashing him. Pyro shakes himself off again, becoming even wetter than before, and grumbles as he says in a grumpy tone, "This guy is seriously nuts, Mummy."
I agree! Exclamation point. Don't worry, I'm calling the police. Period. The neighbor continuously laughs maniacally. Two laughs maniacally. And says this. No, you are not calling the police. I am not crazy. This is not real. You're just a hallucination. This is all a hallucination. He says, splashing the phone with water too so it wouldn't work. Are you freaking kidding me, dude? No. No. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, dude.
Pyro watches the neighbor continue acting crazy, now becoming so annoyed he looks like he's fuming. This idiot had just splashed the phone when you were going to call the police and ruined that option. He now grumbles as he says in an increasingly angry tone, "He splashed your phone! Now we can't call the police. This moron is so annoying."
I'll try talking to him real quick. Period. I turn to the neighbor and speak. Hey, what is wrong with you? You just think it's good to barge into my house and continue splashing my buddy Pyro? You are not funny. If you find this a joke, you are sick. If anybody's the hallucination, it's you. I'm giving you to the count of 3 to get out. Period. Dude, what is wrong with this idiot? Oh my gosh. Wait, what did he
The
say?
neighbor, still acting like a crazed lunatic, stops and looks at you as you say he is the one who needs to get out. He stops repeating himself, now trying to look at you like you are the crazy one, and says in a slightly unhinged tone, "What are you talking about? You are the crazy one. There's no way that bird is real."
That bird is as real as you are. I'll say it differently. My phoenix is as real as you are. Period. You're real. He's real. Now I'm giving you one more chance to get out of my house. Leave me and leave Pyro alone. Leave me and Pyro alone. Period. I say in a very stern tone. Dude, if he splashes that bird again, I'm gonna hurt him. Dude.
The neighbour looks at you in a slightly stunned way, seemingly surprised you have been able to remain so calm and stern while he been acting like a lunatic. He looks back at Pyro, still soaked and still being very obviously real, and says in a surprisingly still slightly unhinged but more confused tone, "You're saying this bird is really real? You're not pulling my leg or something?"
He is very real! Exclamation point. Now please leave me and him alone. And leave my house. Period. Dude, this is insane. This is the most psychopathic person I've met. There was people in that town with Rexy that flipping barged in, or that like would make that punch me all stuff. Rexy took care of them. This fancy dude, if this neighbor don't stop, he's gonna get even big. I'm already gonna have a flipping pretty like a huge fence by the end of the day just because of this psychopath. And he's supposed to be a baby.
Still looking both shocked that the computer is real, you are being so polite, just nods slowly and looks at Pyro again. "But he's real me or anything? You're being serious that he's real?" He sounds very much like he is slowly beginning to come back into his right mind, still looking quite in disbelief though.
Hold on, what? The neighbor's still looking at him both shocked and confused by the fact Pyro is real and you were being so polite despite what he's doing. Nods slowly and looks at Pyro again. He says in a very unsure tone, "But he's real. You weren't playing a prank on me or anything. You're being serious that he's real?" He sounds very much like he is slowly beginning to come back in his right mind. Still looking quite in disbelief though. You have something wrong with you. You need to get your head examined by a therapist. Now, I'm giving you one more chance. Get out of my house. Dude, I swear to frick if he does this crap again, I'm so... This is actually annoying as heck, dude. Are you kidding me?
The now more calm neighbour, still looking pretty amazed that Pyro is real and even questioning his own sanity for a moment, nods at you as you say he needs to get checked by a professional. He says in a calmer, more controlled tone, "Yeah, I think I should. Sorry for barging in and causing all this fuss. Really sorry. I'll get out of your house like you asked."
Thank you! Exclamation point. Leave. Now. Leave. Now. Oh my gosh.
The neighbour nods at you as you tell him to leave, a small look of realisation and guilt over what he just did coming across his face. He looks at Pyro one more time, still a bit disbelieving amazed, says in a sincere yet guilty tone, "Yeah, I should. Sorry again." He turns and leaves the house, closing the door behind him.
All I can say, guys, is if all my neighbors are like that, we're moving. Because there's no way in heck. Pyro can't live in an environment where he's going to constantly just flipping be getting splashed like that. Even if he does get stronger, like dead gum, that's not the right way to make him stronger. I want him to become strong on his own without anything influencing it. He's already a little bit bigger now just because of that lunatic. I'll be right back. I'm still kind of shocked at how that dude reacted. I'll be right back.